Hi, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jillian and I make videos on my attempts to live a more minimal and intentional life. In last week's video, I talked to you about the end of my no-buy year and then the subsequent rebound period that I experienced, and also my plan to do a low-buy year in 2025. And I thought that today we could go through what my low-buy 2025 will look like. I want to share with you my purpose for doing the low-buy year, as well as the rules that I'm setting for myself and any exceptions. And I want to share some wish list items with you, and also how I will be keeping track of everything and recording my thoughts, my triumphs and struggles, and any adjustments that I need to make to my plan. If you hear a little bit of noise, Odin is right next to the table and he's having a nap, so there may be a little bit of loud snoring. I hope not, but you never know. You may be wondering why I would go from one restriction to another so quickly. And if you watched my video from last week, you may already know, but if not, basically, after my low-buy year ended in October, I kind of went through a rebound period and I bought 32 new-to-me clothing items, and I was feeling a little bit guilty about that. So I decided that I would do a low-buy in 2025 to see if that would be a more sustainable option for me. I am a recovering shopaholic. I still have an issue with compulsive shopping, which I think is pretty evident after the rebound. I am not beating myself up about that anymore, and thank you for all of your supportive comments on my last video. I have come to accept that it happened. I'm ready to move on to the next chapter, and I feel like a low-buy year may be the most sustainable option for me going forward. And I have accepted the fact that even though I wanted to be somebody who could be free to intentionally buy whatever she wants, I am not that person, and I do need restrictions in place to control my compulsive nature around clothes shopping. With all of that being said, I just want to share with you my purpose for this low-buy year in 2025. The first thing is I hope to regain a sense of control around clothing purchases. When I did the no-buy year last year, I felt really good about where my self-control was in terms of not shopping. I was really proud of myself to get to the end without buying any new clothing items. During the no-buy year, I did feel like I was in control of my shopping compulsions. I could go into any shop and leave empty-handed just because I had that restriction that was helping me to control those compulsive urges to shop. And I'm really hoping that by putting some restrictions back in place, I will be able to regain that sense of control. And also, I'm hoping that it will be a habit that I can stick to for the long haul. The second thing that I'm hoping to accomplish with this challenge is to break the buy, declutter, buy cycle. Over the last 5 or 6 years, in an attempt to discover my personal style or to try out new trends, I feel like I have bought a lot of clothing items that I have gotten home, and for one reason or another, I end up decluttering them. And then I go out and I buy more to try some other trend. And really, I feel like I've ended up right back to where I started. I don't think anything has really changed about what I really like to wear from when I started experimenting with my style more. And all I have done in the process is accumulate clothes only to declutter them later and then to reaccumulate more clothes. And I really want to stop that. I would like to have a smallish wardrobe full of items that I wear all the time and that I'm not constantly adding to that collection of items. And the third reason that I am doing this challenge is to develop a more sustainable approach to clothes shopping. After successfully completing my no-buy year last year, I know that I can not buy clothes, but That's not really sustainable in the long run. What I want is to find a method that works for me where I'm only adding a few items of clothing throughout the year. And whether that is on a per month basis or a per season basis, I'm not quite sure what that will look like in the long run, but I feel like this low buy year is going to be a step in the right direction toward me finding a sustainable approach to shopping. At least that's what I hope. My rules are going to apply to clothing specifically, which is where I ride the struggle bus a lot. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Compulsive shopping is my struggle, and that's okay. We all have struggles. This happens to be one of mine, and I'm just trying to find a way to, I guess, live with it and feel in control of it. My first rule for the low buy year is no local thrifting. This is where I have a problem. I can go into a local thrift store, and if the item is under $5, I can justify buying quite a few of them. And I don't want to continue to bring home a bunch of thrifted items, have to clean them, which sometimes means bringing them to the dry cleaners, because I do like to bring my wool items to the dry cleaner for their very first cleaning, and then trying to find a place for them to go in a way that doesn't feel cluttered. I am going to be allowed to thrift for sewing fabric and home goods as needed. A thrifting exception will be made for vacations because I really regret not going thrifting in Italy last summer. So just no local thrifting. Consignment shopping is fine, but no more than 2 items per month. And any online consignment purchases that I make, either from places like Poshmark, eBay, The RealReal, go toward this 2 item per month restriction. New clothing purchases, which are generally a little bit more intentional and more thought out, are allowed, but they also go toward the 2 item per month limit that I have set. So with the restriction of 2 items per month, that would bring me to 24 items for the entire year. But I have decided to add 1 extra item that will be purchased more toward the end of the year as kind of yay, I did it, hopefully. And that will make it 25 items in 2025 or 25 in 25. Groundbreaking, I know. I am also making a couple of allowances outside of these rules. The first allowance will be any souvenirs that I buy on vacation. I usually only buy 1 or 2 small items. The second exception I have made is for hobby materials. I do like to sew, and part of me is feeling a pull toward learning to crochet. So I want to enable creativity. There will be a third allowance for replacement items. I know there are 2 items that I will be replacing this year. One is my old Nike sneakers, and the second is my old sandals. And then the last thing that I am making an allowance for are any health-related items. For example, I will need to replace my running shoes at some point this year, and I would also like to buy some sun protective clothing. I'm thinking a hat and a top, and maybe a pair of pants. I have been wanting some UPF clothing for a few years now, and I feel like I should stop putting that off. And during my no-buy year, I identified a few items that I would like to have in my wardrobe. Obviously, none of these are essential because I have lived without them, but I thought that I would share a couple of these items that are on my wish list that I might buy this year, and if I do, their purchase will go toward one of my items for the year. So the first thing that I would like to have is a pair of dressy black boots. I do have a pair of silver ones that I wear for any occasion when I need a dressy boot, but I would like to have a pair of black ones as well. The second item on my wish list is a pair of brown moto boots. I have a pair of black moto boots, and they are my most worn boot, and I just feel like a pair of brown moto boots would be a nice addition. The third item that I have on my wish list is a long wool coat. I do have a long coat in my wardrobe already. It's a long tan one. I don't think it's wool, but it's good. However, I would like to have a charcoal wool coat, and I love the length of the tan one, so I'm looking for something that is a similar length. But if I don't find that this year, I'm not that concerned about it because I do have quite a few jackets and coats that I already really like. Another item that I would like is a pair of dark wash or medium wash wide leg jeans. I have 4 pairs of jeans currently, 2 black, 1 light blue, and then 1 pair of 2-tone jeans that I made a while back. And I feel like I am missing a pair of just nice, dressier wide leg jeans. I imagine that these 4 items I would probably purchase either in the first part of the year or the last part of the year when it's colder. And then the last 2 items on my list are a little more warm weather specific. And what I would like to have is a pair of ballet flats and then a pair of Mary Jane shoes, either with a no heel or a small heel. And I think I would like to have them in a silver or a red. I think that would be a really nice addition to my summer shoe collection. If purchased, these 6 items would go toward my 25 items, so I would still be left with 19 items. When I did my no-buy year, one of the things that really helped me, especially at the beginning, was journaling. Just the act of writing down my thoughts and feelings, I feel really helped, especially in the early months. So I decided to put together a plan and tracker so that I could make a plan and then I can track everything every month. I have a sheet where I can record my purpose and my rules that I can refer back to on a regular basis. And then I have a sheet for every month where I can list the purchases that I made for that month, any triumphs or struggles that I had that month, and also my thoughts on how the month went. And I also added a section for adjustments. Life can be unpredictable, and I don't want those things that come up to be a reason why I give up the challenge. So this is my plan and tracker for the year. I found this cute little binder in the basement. I think that I had bought it for myself a long time ago, so it was nice. I didn't have to buy anything new. And then inside, I have the tracker. Here's a place for my purpose and rules. And then every month has a place for purchases, triumphs and struggles, thoughts, and then any adjustments that need to be made. I also have a page for extra notes that I can use at the end of the month if I need more room to write in, or I could flip it over to the back as well. And then this is the year in review page, and it's like the total number of purchases, biggest triumph, biggest struggle, final thoughts. I've included this sheet for all of the items purchased. There's only 10 rows, so what I did was I printed off 3 pages, and that would be enough to record 30 items. And since I'm only allowed 25 items, I think it should work out. I will probably record any replacements and anything else that I buy, like souvenirs or health-related items. I'm excited to start using this. If you would also like to use the planner, I have included it in my most recent Substack newsletter, so I will link that in the description and you can go and download it. It's free. I just wanted something for myself, and then I thought that other people might find it useful as well. That pretty much concludes my video on the plan for my low buy year 2025. I am really excited about this. I feel like it's going to go really well, and I feel like it's going to be really helpful to me. And if you are also planning to do a low buy 2025, head on over to my latest Substack newsletter, download the plan and tracker. You can also subscribe to become a member of my community, and then you'll have access to a community thread where every month I will go on and we can have a chat about any struggles or triumphs that we're having. We can cheer each other on and be supportive. On Substack, there will be 14 free newsletters and the free PDF. I will also be doing a monthly review video here on YouTube where I will talk about the items that I bought, any triumphs or struggles that I had, and then thoughts or adjustments. So if you would rather just stick around here, please make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of those videos. And if you like this video, give it a like, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.